What's going on, gig hustlers across the nation? This is the Gig Accountant. My name is Naz, and I'm a licensed CPA in the state of New Jersey. I'm the one and only accountant that does gig economy work, working on food delivery platforms such as Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmates. Referral links are down in the description box below if you're interested in signing up to any of those. Alright guys, so first things first, I wanted to send my sympathies and prayers out to the family and friends of a fellow Dasher who has lost her life, Petra Rhodes, who was performing her work, her duty as a DoorDasher out in Paterson, New Jersey, earlier this month of October. Shortly after completing a delivery, she was shot and crashed her vehicle and was later pronounced dead at the hospital. And it's really sad. It's really sad that we're out there trying to make some money, hustling, doing the right thing, and are subject to a random act of violence. Whether it was intentional or a stray bullet, I think that's still up in the air. And it really shows you that while doing work like this, we need to be on the lookout. We need to watch our own backs, because DoorDash is not losing any sleep about a death of a Dasher. And DoorDash, the company, didn't lose anything in this random act of violence. The ones that are experiencing the dangers and risks, we're sustaining the costs, are the drivers. As independent contractors, we're putting our vehicles, we're putting ourselves, our bodies, our person into risk. So we have to watch out for our own back. These companies are not going to do it. And that kind of brings up another subject. Is it worth it to do deliveries out in the ghettos, especially late at night? And that's an open question. And it's a question that I also have to ask myself, because I've actually, a little bit of a life update to you guys, I've actually tentatively accepted a new position out in Newark, New Jersey. And as many of you may know, Newark, New Jersey can be a little bit rough in certain areas. So I have to ask myself, am I going to be doing deliveries after work? Or am I going to wait till I get back home before I turn on the app and log on and do some food deliveries? So what do you guys think about that? Do any of you guys have any thoughts or opinions or experience regarding doing food delivery out in Newark, New Jersey after working hours, so like the dinner rush? Feel free to drop your comments down below regarding that. So here's my thoughts about that. Acts of violence, robbing, muggings, gunshots, they can happen at any time of the day. As some of you guys may know, I am from Brooklyn, New York, and that's where I was born, and that's where I spent some time living, being raised in. So I attended high school, middle school out there, and times when I'd be walking out to middle school, when I'd be walking out to high school, I would be subjected to muggings or attempted muggings on a fairly regular basis, on a weekly basis at some times. So that was in broad daylight with tons of other people walking around. So even during the daytime, you can be subjected to random acts of violence in these places. So saying that you're just going to keep yourself to daylight hours, not working at night, does not necessarily make you safe. So I just want to throw that out there. Another thing to really consider is that, yes, I want to say that tons of people live out in these areas, and they live there every day of their lives, and they don't experience anything too traumatic. I mean, I'm sure a lot of folks have experienced some sort of like muggings or what have you while living in there, but people live there all their lives, and they're still alive. obviously. The thing is to consider that by doing these food delivery and other gig economy work, rideshare, what have you, you're putting yourself out there. You're constantly on the streets. You're going into areas that you're not familiar with. You're and as a food delivery driver, you're getting in, running out of your car, running back in your car. If you're accepting, if you're on DoorDash and you're accepting those money on delivery, cash on delivery orders, then you're handling cash. You are subjecting yourself to more risk, and more likely that something is going to occur to you. Something really to consider. And yeah, it's thoughts that I'm considering whether or not I'm going to work Newark, New Jersey. I might give it a try, see how I like it. And there's also other things you have to consider. I mean, like parking can be a bit of an issue working out in a more densely populated city. So lots of things to consider and think about it. So what about you guys? Can you guys leave your thoughts and comments below regarding working in a densely populated city, and more specifically, working in a city that is more of a crime-ridden, high crime area? What has been your experiences, or do you just try to avoid it completely? Let me know. Okay, next topic I wanted to cover is a new Grubhub driver card that has been deployed. So yesterday was the first time I've seen that the Grubhub driver card order is being deployed in my region. So that's something that has been rolled out recently. So far, I mean, it looks like, yeah, maybe there's a slight premium on the payout of the orders, but it's nothing really incredible so far that I've seen. So I don't know if it's worth it yet. I mean, what I see as the downside is that the burden has been placed on us as drivers to place the order. In DoorDash, at least for the most part, except for restaurants that don't accept it, like Wendy's, for instance, the driver support will place the order for us, and we just have to swipe our card. And places like fast food restaurants such as Wendy's, they're quick with their orders, so it doesn't really matter that we need to place the order, generally speaking, if there isn't a backup of a line. So I'm not too much in favor of it just for that reason alone, but otherwise I haven't had too much of issues with DoorDash Red Card. But I think that the way DoorDash handles it, the way they manage the Red Card orders, is superior to the way Grubhub has rolled this out. So that's my thoughts about it. The value of the payouts are not that incredible. It's not that great. So it doesn't look like it. And I would prefer if Grubhub placed the orders and we just had to pick it up. I'm not sure why the burden has been placed on us drivers. I mean, we're driving. Really, should we be on the phone making these phone calls? And if we wait till we get there, we have to wait longer for them to prepare the order. So that's my thoughts about that. All right, so next topic I wanted to cover is my personal life update. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I have received an offer for a new position. The position is going to be out in Newark, New Jersey, and job title is going to be Financial Analyst 3, Level 3. The scope of the job is going to be very similar. It's also going to be within an insurance company, but it's going to be a different type of insurance. So it's going to be an increase in salary. But that said, my prior position was 8 miles from where I live currently, and I own my place, so it's not going to be really, I can't just sell it. That said, it's going to be a longer distance, a longer commuting distance. So my current position, the commuting distance is 8 miles, 9 miles, and 9 miles back. So all in 20 miles. The new position will be approximately 45 miles out there. So it's going to be 45 times 2, so 90 miles all in. So there's going to be additional commuting costs. Once I get there, it's going to be in the city. So it's going to be parking garage, $7 a day. So there's going to be more costs involved. That said, I'm going to see, I should have probably done this at the start, but I'm going to see if I could get some work from home days, 1 or 2 days a week. So we'll see. So that's something that I'm going to be doing. So it's going to be more costs, more distance, and I'm going to have less time to do gig economy work, like food delivery, because I'm going to be spending that time commuting. It's going to be over an hour drive each way. So that's something that I'm probably going to be doing. And the commuting time doesn't really bother me too much because I spend that time working gig economy apps. So that's not a big deal for me. Whether or not it's worth it from a pure cost standpoint, it's worth it, but it's not as much as you would hope for. Another downside is the benefits are not as great. So I'll be spending maybe twice as much in health insurance and all that stuff compared to what I'm currently given. So after that's all considered, all in, it's worth it, but not much more better. But that said, I've been at my current position for closing in on 6 years. It doesn't feel like I'm moving anywhere. It doesn't seem like they're really interested in moving me anywhere. I'm underpaid for my background and qualifications. And I've seen other folks who have, received a promotion every year. So I've been just stuck in my position for the past 6 years. So it's time for me to move on to a different place, see what I can do there, what I can achieve there. They're putting me at the very top of the scale, at around the 90th, 100th percentile of the scale for that level, for that position. So they were willing to push me up there to bring me in there. So I'm going to go in there and see what happens and see if I like it or not. I mean, sometimes you have to take risks, Yes, staying where you are currently, that is comfortable because, you're used to doing it. But sometimes you have to take risk, intelligent risk, to see if you can improve your life situation.
Slight right.
All right, so other than that job, I also recently received an offer. Oh wait, but before I get into that, I want to tell you how I got this job. So about 1 or 2 years ago, I went into an interview for this job, and they were going to give me the position, but the position got frozen due to some senior management changes. They froze the positions, and I actually got 2 job offers there that I was going to receive. I interviewed for 2 jobs there. They both wanted me. The first one wanted me, but they didn't want to wait for me to see with the other jobs, so they decided to go with the next candidate. I said, okay, whatever. I mean, this other position, I have this other position, and it's probably going to be higher pay anyway. The second position, the offer was revoked. It wasn't an offer, they were going to make the offer. So they were just in the talks. So unfortunately, I lost the one job offer, and then the second job offer I lost because it got frozen. So fast forward about a year later, the recruiter reached back out to me for the same team, and they were interviewing for a new role within this team. So they opened up a new role and brought me in, and I interviewed for that. And they were interested, but unfortunately, I did not receive that offer because the offer went to someone else internally. It went into an internal person that moved into the team. So that was earlier this year. Now fast forward to last week or two, the hiring manager emailed me asking me if I was still interested and to give him a call. So I gave him a call. He explained to me that the person that moved into this team internally decided to leave and to move back closer to their parents. So they asked if I was still interested. I said sure, and he said, all right, since I already came in, I don't need to do any more job interviews. So I received the offer and for the position without any further job interviews. So they really were interested in me. So I'll go in and see how it is. And it's really similar to what I do now. All right, so moving on to the next update is the tutoring job that I received. So earlier at the start of the semester, or before the start of the semester, around August, September, I emailed a bunch of schools to ask, colleges, community colleges, universities, my alma mater, to ask if there was any interest or any need for accounting tutors. So one college, a community college that is 5 minutes away from my current position with my current company, responded recently, the past couple of weeks, in this month in October, expressing interest. So I went in, I met with them. they didn't want me just to do accounting. They want me to cover all business courses. I said, sure, I can do it. It's not my area of expertise. My area of expertise is accounting as a licensed CPA and as an accountant by profession. But I can cover those other courses if you need. So I'm covering these other courses, and so far it's good. That's what I've been doing. I'm working there after work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And so due to that reason, I have less time for gig economy work as well. I'm working there 5:30 to 8 o'clock at night, and the money is okay. It's not anything fantastic, but you know, it's a break from doing gig economy work, because recently there's been like a lot of work that I have to do on my car due to all the driving I'm doing. So I want to give my car a little bit of a break from all the driving. That's it. I'm probably gonna be doing a lot of driving going to the new job. So far, I've enjoyed this role. It's been a nice break, and yeah, that's pretty much just like an update that I had to share with you guys regarding my life. All right, guys. So that's all I got to share with you guys for today. You guys have any comments and thoughts? Feel free to drop them down below. If you guys enjoyed the video, please comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It really helps out this channel. All right, guys, so remember to continue to work hard, work smart, keep hustling, and have a good one, guys. Peace.